Cottonfields.
My drifting memory goes back to the spring of '43, when I was just a child in Mama's arms. My daddy plowed the ground and prayed that someday he might leave this rundown mortgaged Oklahoma farm. And then one day I heard my daddy saying to my mama he had finally saved enough to go. California was his dream, a paradise that he had seen. The pictures in the magazine had told him so. California cotton fields, where labor camps were filled with worried men with broken dreams. California cotton fields, as close to wealth as Daddy ever came. Almost everything we had was sold or left behind, from my daddy's plow to the fruit that Mama canned. So folks came to say farewell, to see what all we had to sell. Some came to shake my daddy's hand. Well, the Model A was loaded down to California bound, and the change it looked just 4 days away. But the only change that I remember seeing in my daddy was when his dark hair turned silver gray. California cotton fields, where labor camps are filled, worried men with broken dreams. California cotton fields, as close to wealth as Daddy ever came. Well, the Model A was loaded down to California bound, and the change it looked just 4 days away. But the only change that I remember seeing in my daddy was when his dark hair turned silver gray. California cotton fields, where labor camps were filled with worried men, broken dreams. Cotton fields, as close to wealth as Daddy ever came.
Thank you, bud. Steve Gulley for you. Well, while he's working so hard, we're going to let him do another tune here. This is one off my new CD that he wrote along with Tim Stafford. And this song's been doing real good, getting a lot of play on Sirius Satellite. One called I've Never Seen a Love That Wasn't Blind.
If we just used our heads instead of our hearts, we'll probably never fall at all. But love has its way, no matter what they say, you end up with your heart on the wall. Once your heart's on the line, you lose all track of time. It's like you're living in a dream, with your eyes open wide and love as your guide. There ain't too much you haven't seen. I've seen blind men see more clearly than a man with perfect sight. Never really saw her till the day she said goodbye. And I've never seen love that wasn't blind. Some believe in love at first sight. Some say they won't be fooled again. But I'm here to tell you neither one is right. It's not that simple in the end. Some people never change, they always stay the same. That's what they want you to believe. Shouldn't have to go so far to find out who they are. I just can't believe I took so long to see. I've seen blind men see more clearly than a man with perfect sight. I never really saw her till the day she said goodbye. And I've never seen love that wasn't blind. Thank you very much.
Steve Gulley, just right up the road from Cumberland Gap. So one of my good buddies there. It's time to bring around Dell Ann Bradley. You want to hear Dell Ann sing one?